Hey y'all. Today I'm gonna be trying my best to talk about a documentary that I've recently checked out. So I'm doing this solely off of memory. So bear with me if I mess up. I'm doing the best I can. And this one you can find on HBO Max, and you can watch it with or without your audio description. It's called Chernobyl: The Lost Tapes. And this is about the man-made accident in 1986 with the uh, nuclear explosion. And this one, it was bad. And of course, it was in Chernobyl. And what they did is, with this documentary, I'm going to go ahead and warn you, I'm almost positive that, of course, them being from a different country, they speak a different language. So it's going to be a lot of reading, like subtitles. So if you don't like reading documentaries, I would turn on your audio description. And I have a video for that if you don't know how. But this is a documentary that I found extremely interesting. One, because my sister has actually toured Chernobyl, like a 6 day or however many days private tour of majority of the places in Chernobyl. I do not think they let you in the actual power plant itself, which is smart. I mean, I did not know about this. I was not good at history in school. So I honestly didn't even know Ukraine was a place until my sister went there. And then when they were telling me what it was about, I was like, don't go there. But it's not good right now, with everything going on there. But anyway, the documentary is pretty much like people that survived all the mess that went on in Chernobyl. And what I thought was kind of weird, I didn't know, like I said, much about this, but they waited like 36 hours or something like that before they evacuated after the explosion. And I do understand that they made it in a very calm manner, like saying, oh, just grab enough food for a couple of days and grab your ID. Everything's fine. The radiation's not that bad. Because if they would have told them the truth, people probably would have been trampling other people trying to get the heck out of there. It was more extreme than they were letting on, which I do understand that. It's a very serious matter, and you don't want people going hectic and causing more harm. And there was a woman that was one of the people being interviewed that survived. Her husband was a firefighter, and he got the call to go to the power plant and all that. Well, he died in I want to say 9 days. It wasn't very long. She was pregnant. And what was wild to me is, going through the documentary, she's talking about all that. And she has the baby. And, she was fine. But what happened is all that radiation that she was breathing in went to the fetus. So the baby actually it didn't survive very long at all, because it was pretty much eat up with radiation, which is super sad. And I couldn't imagine what she went through, losing her husband in the beginning, and then going through a whole pregnancy, and then losing her baby. That's devastating. And, another thing, with them telling people to, just grab your IDs, a couple, a few days of supplies for food, they were not allowed to bring their pets. And they didn't explain that, in the documentary, but my sister told me why. And I'm just going to say the the pets and stuff just couldn't be no more. I'm just gonna leave it at that because I don't want to upset anybody. And the whole documentary is so interesting because I mean you have like I said, like live footage of like people in the helicopters, and you've got all these volunteer men like trying to get all this stuff, like the stuff from the explosion off of these buildings. And it's so mind blowing. I mean, I have seen quite a few documentaries, but this one was by far the most, like, it was just like jaw dropping. That's about the only way I can put it. I mean, it was something, one, I don't remember nothing about it, but two, that all the people that died and all the men volunteering, and you know, as they're going in to volunteer, they're like handing them vodka, and then when they leave, they hand them more vodka, and I'm like, oh Lord. But I think that area, like in the world, I think they like their vodka, so I was like, okay, so I mean, like, it's really hard because, you know, the cattle and like all like the animals, like wildlife and things like that, even like it was causing deformities with the animals that were there, and like young kids and babies, it was causing deformities. And I was just, it's just something that I think if you can stomach it, because like I said, I don't know how visual the documentary is, because, you know, I can't see it. I'm having to just go with the audio description. But it sounded, I mean, this is a very serious thing, and that was a very bad thing that happened. And if I would go watch it. I mean, if it gets to be too much, you know, that's fine, you know, turn it off. But I feel like everybody needs to see this part of history, because this is something that was a big deal, and it was like a man-made accident, which is just like, it's just like, oh my gosh, you know. So, like I said, you can watch it on HBO Max. And even if you can see and you don't like reading subtitles and stuff, just flip on the audio description and it'll read you everything they're saying. However, I am going to tell you, you're going to hear in the background the actual people talking, you know, and the audio description is going to talk over what they're saying. But this is a very, like, intriguing documentary. I mean, I don't want to get too involved, like, because I don't want to, like, upset people, because I know with animals and babies and stuff like that, it's a very touchy subject. But if you do watch it, I would love to know what you thought of it. I've heard that this documentary has got some really good ratings, and it blew my mind. And like I said, you know, my sister has been there, and she loves history, so she loved learning about all that and everything. And so just let me know what you thought of it if you check it out. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't be blindsided, and we'll see you soon with another review.